Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. I'm Slater.
I'm Marjo.
Today we feature a very special guest. His name is Mike Fazio. He is a financial advisor who is almost 18 years sober.
Yes, and one hell of a physique, and I don't even say that in a an objective way. He's super into fitness, talks a lot about discipline, sobriety, how that's kind of weaved its way into his life. Really interesting conversation.
Really fascinating podcast for you guys today. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe, help the channel grow, throw us a like. We appreciate it. Mike Fazio, what's up?
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome to Off Air with Slater and Marjo.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
I know,
was thinking
we got
about
a lot
this
to
all
talk
day.
about. I was like, wait, we're getting rolling too
yeah.
quickly. We got to start the show and then really get into it.
You are automatically a sort of hero of mine, and I just met you because you are 18 years sober.
17 and a half, just to, I don't want to jump
yeah.
ahead, but thank you.
Are you one of those guys that counts the days and the hours? And
No.
the minutes and all
I
that?
just know my sobriety date. Like, I don't count them anymore. I just count the years now.
So I decided to quit alcohol 2.5 years ago. Can you take me through your first sip of alcohol and how that affected you?
Oh, God, yes. Yes. Never forget. I know it.
Please do, yeah.
Yeah, so May 15th, 1979, 1980. My older brother, Rocco, turned 16. Now, he was born in 64, so it was 1980.
Yeah.
Rocco Fazio.
Rocco Fazio.
I need to meet that guy. But
An
anyway,
Irish
go
guy,
on.
yeah.
So
real
the
Irish.
Rock turned 16.
The Rock.
The Rock turned 16. And we were out west visiting my dad, who had moved out there a few years prior. And that is an incredibly long story and a good story. But anyway, we went out to dinner for Rock's birthday, and one of my dad's friends, one of the cowboys out there that we became friends with, said Rock needs his first shot of Jack Daniels, and he got a shot. I didn't get one. I was 13. I was pissed. And when we went back to my dad's apartment, which I can still picture to this day, I knew where the booze were. It was in a one of those louver door closets in the hallway, and I opened it. And I found the bottle of Jack. I opened it. I took a giant pull off it. It burned like crazy. I could feel it going down into my gut. It burned, and I thought, man, I want to do more of that. And that was the first time I ever had a drink.
Wow.
That was the day.
Did your drinking continue from that point, or was that just like the...
No, what grade are you in when you're 13? I was probably like in 7th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade, some middle school age, I think.
Talk to me about I want to do more of that.
I always wanted to do more of that. Everything. Anything was good. I always wanted more of it.
Yeah.
So I'll take you back to what I think is really the definition of my addiction, which was even before alcohol.
Sure.
Which was food. So I think most addicts struggle with food when they're young because if it feels good, they want more.
Yeah. Of course.
So I'll never forget it. Again, I was out with Rock. My brother and I are very, very close. He's older than me. He's also autistic. So... back then we didn't know he was autistic. We just thought he was a little different.
Yeah.
And, the term back then that was used was slow. Right? They said, well, Rock's slow.
Yeah.
Well, no one says that anymore.
Yeah.
And they say autistic.
Yeah.
And he's autistic. But anyway, we did everything together. And one of those things we did was delivered newspapers. So on Sunday morning, the newspaper was always big. So we have a shopping cart. Now we lived in Troy, New York, South Troy to be specific. The homes were close together. So having a paper route was a pretty good deal because, you could cover a lot of houses and you could get paid pretty good. You might make $30 a week, which was a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the Sunday paper was a pain in the ass because it was thick.
Yes.
Right? The Albany Times Union, it was a problem.
Yeah.
So we had a shopping cart. I don't know where we got the cart, but we had a cart.
Just a stray cart. On the
bakery opened in Troy back then, which is still going today, called the Vanilla Bean. So the Vanilla Bean opened in South Troy, the original shop. And I walked in there and bought a dozen Boston cream donuts.
Like the heaviest donut known to
My man.
Ate them all.
Yeah.
Ate them all.
Yeah.
One stretch.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop.
You're...
Because I'm a drug addict. And that first drug was food. And I still struggle with food. And we can talk about that as this goes on. But this idea of more consumes me, right? And that's why discipline works for me, but it consumes me.
Yeah.
So when I had that first shot of Jack, I was like, man, I want more of this. Now, it wasn't convenient to do it that night, but sometime thereafter, you know, I was back home. I was probably in 8th grade, and I found my way to my first bush party. And the parties, what we called bush parties, in my area were always in cemeteries, because that would be a spot where there was an open field.
Is this bush as in outdoors or bush as in bush beer?
Bush outdoors.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were referring to the light beer.
Okay.
No,
myself.
I'm sorry. Bush outdoors.
Okay,
You
so
were
like an
outside
outdoor
drinking.
party. Yeah.
So
Yep.
it'd be like,
Gotcha.
you know, so-and-so's got 15 halves at Oakwood Cemetery. That meant there were 15 half kegs of beer. It cost you $5 to get in, and you would go based on how many kegs there were.
Okay.
So-and-so's got three halves. You're not going because you're not
Wasting
going to
your
get
time.
drunk.
Yeah.
But if somebody's got 15 halves or 20 halves, that was a party.
Yeah.
So you go, you pay $5, you get a red Solo cup.
Yep.
And from that point, you know, when I was probably like freshman year in high school, I drank different. You know, I kind of drank different. Like most of my friends, some of the crew drank somewhat like me, alcoholically.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't stop.
You weren't there to socialize as a teenager might. You were there to
I
get
socialized a little bit, but like I wasn't interested. Like, true story. Like, I wasn't interested in anything. Like, I looked at girls, but I didn't care.
Right.
I was there to drink.
Yeah.
Even as
At such a young age, huh?
even when I got older, and when my marriage started to struggle, because keep in mind, I got married in 1992. I got sober in 2008. That's a lot of years of partying.
Sure.
You know, and I'd come home 4 o'clock in the morning and, you know, like, what were you doing? I was drinking.
Right.
I was drinking.
Yeah.
Or if we got lucky, getting high.
Yeah.
I wasn't chasing women. That was never my deal, ever.
The paper route story and the food story I can relate to, because that's exactly what happened to me. I'd make the paper route money, and then I would go get a mocha frap from the local ice cream store every single day.
Because it made you feel good.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
I would listen to songs over and over and over again. And I didn't realize this until after, or probably midway through, like me, you know, realizing that I had a drinking problem. Like, wow, I've always been like this. The obsession just goes from one to the
But
next.
you also didn't start drinking or even smoking weed, like doing anything else until later on in life, which is interesting. But
Yeah, my father was a heavy drinker, alcoholic, you know, it's all in the family. And I just didn't want to be anything like him. So I steered away from it until I found it. And the reason why I asked you about your first drink is because I remember the first time I got drunk, I said to myself, this is the answer.
Yeah.
This is what I've been looking for. This is the relief. This is the calm that I'm so desperately searching.
yeah.
So I can socialize with people, so I can feel myself.
Yeah.
Very common.
Yeah.
It's very common among recovering alcoholics. It worked.
But it's also interesting the differences in your story as well, because you were drinking to kind of relax and be able to socialize. You were drinking to get drunk, right?
Yeah, I never needed to drink to relax and socialize because I've always been blessed with the ability to connect with people.
Same.
I didn't drink because I needed to, you know, become a better version of me. I like to drink.
Yeah.
You know, I like to drink, and I also could drink. I was good at it, and I drank like a man
Yeah.
when I was young.
Meaning the amount you were consuming was that
No,
of
what I would order. There was a certain cachet in the way you would drink. Of course, I would drink anything that was available.
Right.
But once we started going to bars,
Yeah.
and all the knuckleheads were ordering, you know, Coors Light
Yeah,
or whatever,
Yeah.
we were
Twisted
drinking
Tea.
scotch and water.
Gotcha. You were
Because-
an old man drinker.
Because my father, who I idolized, even though I never lived with, he was big on act like a man. Act like a man. And he found out that I was drinking one night out in Latham. He lived in Colorado for a long time. And he found out that I was in this bar in Latham, and I was like 15 years old. And he called me. He says, I heard you were out drinking at Sneaky Pete's last night, which was this
Oh
famous
my God,
place.
I've been to Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
I used to go to Sneaky Pete's with a fake ID back in the day. Dude, that's so funny.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
the only thing he asked me was,
Sneaky Pete's.
what were you drinking?
Interesting.
And I said,
Mike's Hard Lemon.
vodka and grapefruit. And he's like, no. You order rye and water or scotch and water, you drink like a man.
Right. So there was no repercussions to you. There was no discipline. There was no,
None.
Yeah. There was no repercussions to you drinking.
My father wasn't an alcoholic. My father drank, but he only drank because he drank like a man. He was a gambling. How do you say it? Gambling-aholic? He was a very, very serious gambler.
What do we call gamblers?
I was going to say.
He was an addict.
Yeah.
He was an addict. He was a very, very
He was
serious
a degenerate gambler?
Yes.
No disrespect.
Degenerate gambler.
He was a degenerate gambler. And he was a very serious bookmaker. But that's a whole nother show. Seriously, that's an incredible story.
Today's episode of Off Air with Slater and Marjo is brought to you by Berkshire Adventures. Berkshire Adventure Tours, e-bike tours, picturesque picnics, private e-bike rides, Cloud9 seats, hidden gems, and scenic picnics. I did one of these the other day. Can't recommend it enough. Great local guide here in the Berkshires. So BerkshireAdventureTours.com. You can find them on social media.
Is it important for you to be masculine and perceived as masculine at 58 years old? Does that transfer over into your old age? Because you look, I mean, you fit, you look masculine. Well, I mean,
into this
your older
point
age.
in your life.
I'm embarrassed to say it probably is more important than it should be.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I was originally, when I was young, I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
So when I lived out west, because I spent 1 year out west. When I say out west, I always mean Colorado. Yep. I spent 1 year out west, and I got fat, and I always struggled with my weight because I had this food addiction, and I had this sense of, self-awareness, terrible body image. It's a real thing,
Totally.
So once I started to lift weights, which happened around 8th grade, I developed this almost like suit of armor. Like, I'm going to control this, which is I'm going to lift harder and heavier than all you guys, and I'm going to look pretty good. Mm-hmm. And I never looked great, but I looked okay. Mm-hmm. And in my own head, I was doing a good job.
Yeah.
Now here I am 45 years later, and I still live in that same space.
Yeah.
Like at 58 years old.
Well, it's really...
pretty good shape. I'm in pretty good shape, and it's very important to me.
It's difficult to break things that have been ingrained in you since you've been in middle school, essentially. So I don't think it's something you should be embarrassed about. The fact that you have the self-awareness to acknowledge that, I think is huge. Also interesting to me that I'm guessing around this era of when you started lifting weights, the kind of peak of masculinity in this country was Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these, bodybuilding, like that was huge at the time, right? That's what probably little boys or, who else? Yeah. Kids that age were looking at these big muscle magazines. That was the pinnacle of masculinity. So I'm sure that's what you were.
And you got it. It's Sly. It's Hulk Hogan.
Right.
It's Arnold.
R.I.P.
Right. It's Arnold. R.I.P. And then we became obsessed with bodybuilding and powerlifting. Mm-hmm. And back then there was no internet, so it was just magazines.
Right.
There were 2 magazines that filtered through my guys, all the guys that I played football and lifted weights with. Mm-hmm. Powerlifting USA and Muscle and Fitness. So Muscle and Fitness was the bodybuilders that we wanted to look like. Mm-hmm. Powerlifting USA was the powerlifters that we kind of lifted like, because we could never be bodybuilders, but we could lift heavy weight. Yeah. And we became obsessed with it. And I always say we, because I was always part of a crew.
Well, gym culture is like that, right? And that's one of kind of the best things about it is it really becomes a sense of community, right? Oh. But if there's something bad going on in that community, it can usually go, around too. Yeah. But.
Did you seek women who liked masculine men? Was that important?
No,
to
I
you?
never seeked women.
They sought
I never
you.
seeked women.
Sought. That's what I meant. Did I
They
say
sought
seeked? I just said
I don't know
seeked.
if they sought me either.
Yeah.
Well, were you would you consider yourself like a ladies' man in high school or
The
college?
worst.
Or
None. Zero.
that surprises
Well, that kind of
me.
goes together.
I mean,
No,
we've
no
only
way.
met once before, but
I associate the two together. Party, weight lift, women.
No.
Yeah.
Party, weight lift. Party, weight lift.
Party.
Play football.
That tunnel
football.
vision for that.
Yeah.
No, I had a long-term girlfriend in high school. Mm-hmm. Nice, beautiful Italian girl.
Yep.
First generation.
Maria.
Family didn't speak any English.
Oh, the best.
Louisa.
Even
Sweet, sweet,
better.
Probably a
sweet
savage in the
girl.
kitchen.
Sweet girl.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
tremendous.
Sorry.
Somewhere along the line, I met my best friend's baby sister, who was beautiful. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, we connected. And I separated from this long-term girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I met my future wife, Mary, and she was like 18, maybe 19. And we got married 2 years later, and we were together for 24 years.
Wow. I mean, that's young to get married.
Or 23 years. We were together for all that time. There was never an ounce of infidelity on. I don't believe on either part. I would bet dollars to donuts not on her part either.
Yeah. Now
I got separated, and shortly thereafter, I met Corey.
Who's your
Current wife. 3 women.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
3 girlfriends.
Really?
3 girlfriends. I had I had a little girlfriend like before the first one. I was like a junior in high school. 3 girlfriends. I'm 58 years old. I married 2 of them.
I think it's interesting because I would not associate that kind of monogamy with addiction. Because when I think of people who have addictions of any kind, I think of making bad decisions because you're under the influence of other things.
I'm not sure why I am the way I am. I'm not
your dad
sure.
a womanizer?
I mean, he had a little bit more than I think most people would. Most men have more than I do.
Yeah.
But no, he was a degenerate, sick gambler, and his love of his life was the action that came along with gambling. It wasn't about anything else. The only thing that mattered was the action. Not even winning, just the action.
Exactly.
Oh, of course, you're
just
chasing
the excitement.
that. Yeah,
just the action.
It's not even winning.
When did you realize that you had a problem with alcohol? I mean,
probably about 3 years before I got sober.
Okay.
My dad died in 2005. So he died in 2005. I got sober in 2008. So there's that 3-year window. And it became pretty apparent that I was really, really using alcohol and cocaine in a very there's no healthy way to use cocaine.
Sure.
But
I had a very healthy relationship with it for a little while.
But
you do know those strange people who like literally do it like once in a while. I'm like, it seems to be highly addictive. But anyway,
I've never done it.
Don't try it.
Oh no,
because I was 30 years old before I tried it.
Yeah,
and that was wild.
You didn't realize you had a problem before?
I don't know.
Maybe you just want to admit it
I don't
yourself.
know. It's hard to answer that because I didn't lose anything.
Okay, that was going to be my question. I think a lot of people, and I know the term rock bottom is kind of cliche, but you know, when you're still showing up for work every day and you can still go to the gym every day and your bills are still paid and your kids are taken care of and your wife's happy and everything on surface level is still good, it's really hard to look inside and be like, wait a minute, something is messed up here. When alcohol isn't, I mean, at least my friends who have gotten sober, that alcohol ruined their life before they decided to get sober. So if it wasn't ruining your life, I can see why it's hard to kind of.
When you think back, it was ruining it slowly, but it wasn't in my face, right? I had a great job, right? I actually, my sobriety and going to Greylock coincided, but I was working for a great organization. I had a great job. I was a respected person in the organization. I never got in trouble. I never missed work. I never got a DWI.
Right.
I wasn't cheating on my wife. So there wasn't any
kind of catalyst.
No, it was just like the horror of being hungover and chasing the booze and the drug. The horror of that was just all internal.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't out there.
Yeah.
It was just me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I knew earlier. You almost say jokingly that I was a functioning alcoholic. Like that was a thing that we would say, oh yeah, obviously I'm an alcoholic, but I'm functioning. But we didn't really know what that meant. Keep in mind, everybody I ran with, they were all alcoholics too.
Right.
Right? I mean, everybody drank.
Yeah.
I still have trouble saying that word out loud. Like I'm looking at the camera, but like, listen, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like I still can't believe that disease.
Really?
Well, yeah, kind of.
I just consider you an alcoholic, so it's funny.
I know, and my
I
girlfriad does too. She's like, "You're an alcoholic, babe."
Right.
You know, like,
I don't have any problem
It's like
with
it's all right,
Yeah.
but now I feel sort of proud, you know, because I've stepped away from it.
Well,
but
you
I
should be. You
but
should be proud of
I
yourself.
certainly wasn't proud, you know, because I always knew it internally, and I was like, well, you know, you've got this issue that you need to, this albatross around your neck that you need to get off, you know. But anyway,
I'm probably pretty far out there on the spectrum of being proud of it. Like I'm not just proud of it. I wear it like a fucking badge of honor.
Yeah.
I didn't choose
Why not?
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if more people did.
I didn't choose it. Okay.
Maybe that's what I have a problem accepting.
Right. So now
I think that I did.
I identify who I am. And you know what I do? I get up every single day and I work at getting better, at being in recovery, at being a better friend, at being a better husband, at being a better father, at being a better brother, son. I work every day at that. And I really do. And my recovery is the cornerstone of all that. And I am proud of the fact that I'm beating this disease one day at a time. If you want to say it's not a disease, that's fine. I don't care what people say, because there's a debate. My daughter debates me on it. It's not a disease, it's a choice. Well, whatever. I'm not doing it today. I know I'm not drinking today, and I'm getting better today.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? If you struggle with alcohol or drugs, you're not normal. So what? Neither was Michael Jordan.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Neither
camaraderie.
was LeBron James.
Yeah.
The first AA meeting I went to, I was 29, and when they got up and spoke, I was like, "Oh my God, I can relate to that so well."
I never even knew you went to an AA meeting, Slater.
I did. My buddy, it was like, "Listen, just come. Just come. Just come along, see how it is," because he knew. He could tell by the way I was talking.
Yeah, like you were ready.
Well, yeah, or that I was, admitting to or just knew that I had an issue with it, but
you were ready.
Well, that was years
that
before
was a
you
while
got
ago.
sober.
Because I was at 29.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You weren't ready.
I got sober at 42. I did not. I was definitely
40.
not there yet.
I was 40.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just remember listening to them talk, and the honesty and the camaraderie was really profound.
It's incredible. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
It's the friendship, the honesty, the help. I talk to 5 recovery guys a day, easy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Easy.
I really do.
At least.
As in like a mentor role or for your
we
own
mentor
support?
each other.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I am a little bit more of a mentor towards some of the guys because I've been around
You have
longer.
some more years under your belt.
I've been around longer. I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound
No.
holier than thou, but I'm pretty good at it. And I'm open about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm very open, so they're not afraid to come to me.
Yeah.
But then of course I have the older dogs that I, relate to and connect with. And like I call my buddy Mike and say, hey man, I'm really struggling with this. Can you help me walk me through this? Like, here's what I'm thinking. Like, am I out of my mind? And it happened to me today. One of the guys called me today and he says, I'm really struggling in this little space here. And can you help me get through this? And, I just listened to him and I said what I thought, which I thought what he was doing was correct. But so it's not just a mentor. We're all coaches and team players and it all just kind of comes together.
And I imagine when you are in a room, like you were saying, Slater, like the support, when you're in a room full of people who are not judging you in any way, shape, or form, and in fact are relating to things that you think are fucked up about yourself, but in actuality are very common amongst people dealing with the same struggles, I imagine that's a kind of a sense of freedom, rather than when you're trying to talk to your mom who maybe, has half a glass of wine every 2 years. She can't understand what you're kind of going through.
Nobody understands.
Yeah, unless you're in that
like we
position.
do.
Yeah.
Nobody understands like another recovering addict.
You have a very professional position. You're in wealth management and investment. I mean, that's a lot of trust.
Yep.
It's money.
Yep.
Do you feel ever like judged in a professional space, or have you felt that way throughout your career? Maybe when you first got sober, was it something you were afraid to tell people, or what's been the vibe
I was
with
probably a bit more afraid of being judged. So like if we jump ahead to today, I'm
don't
not
give a
afraid
shit.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's very little I'm afraid of
Yeah,
today
right.
because
There's nothing to be afraid
this is who
of.
I am.
Right.
Yeah.
15 years ago, was I going to announce to my clients that I was a recovering alcoholic? No, I wouldn't shy away from it, but I certainly wouldn't reach out and share it.
Yeah. You said you wear it as a badge now, and as you
I
should.
do now, and I think I've grown into that.
Of course.
I was never embarrassed or ashamed. I mean, even when I first came around to the room, coming around to the rooms means going to AA meetings. When I first came around to the rooms and started going, there might have been a minute when I thought, oh, I can't go to a room where there might be somebody I know.
Right.
Right. So like, I'm thinking, like in hindsight, that's absurd.
Yeah.
Who's going to see you in an AA meeting?
Right. And
Except
even if,
another AA.
right. Of course. Of course.
But I've been very blessed because I've never really struggled with how it makes me appear.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, to not care what other people think is something that I'm still working towards.
I know I'm blessed in that.
Yeah.
I know I am.
I didn't actually go through the 12 steps, but I hear Russell Brand, who I respect a lot, talk about it and stuff. But I felt sort of compelled to text and call a few people when I got sober for about a year and a half and say, listen, I'm really sorry about what I said back then, or I'm really sorry how I acted. So that was sort of part. I know that's one of the steps is sort of kind of going
that's
around.
a big step, making amends, the 9th step. And I would tell you this, whatever works for you is what you should do.
Yes.
So I gravitated to Alcoholics Anonymous because it was the only thing I knew. And it worked right from the beginning, so I continued to do it. One of my very, very best friends who got sober before I did just celebrated 20 years. He doesn't go to AA, but he has a network and he has a program that works for him. As long as it works for you, that's all that matters.
And I commend the guys like Brad Pitt and
Bradley Cooper
and Ben Affleck, and who openly talk about it. I think that is massively responsible.
Anthony Hopkins is 40 years
Anthony
sober.
Hopkins,
Elton John.
Yeah. Well, I think removing that stigma, and I think it's come maybe easier with alcohol than harder drugs, but I think removing that stigma is huge. And as society continues to progress and as sobriety is more embraced, and the problem with alcohol in this country is that it's so widely embraced and or encouraged, on so many levels, whether or not it's the story with your father, what you see on TV, or, college life, in so many facets of life. It's really hard to kind of get away from that. But I think we're moving in that direction where now it is a badge of honor that you were able to get sober, and kick that disease. Like, that's what it is. It's,
kicked it today, and I got a pretty good chance tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's kicked because we hear it a lot. We hear stories. Unfortunately, we hear stories where somebody will have, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years of recovery and then they relapse.
Does that scare you?
It scares the hell out of me. It's what drives me to continue the discipline and to say, doesn't matter if I want to go to a meeting tonight. I'm not going because I need it tonight. I'm going because I might need it tomorrow.
So you're still looking at it very much from that one day at a time mentality.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I saw this guy the other day online say, discipline is freedom.
Yeah, that was Jocko.
Okay.
Oh, Jocko Willing.
Jocko said that.
So he's borrowing it from whoever.
I did too.
It. Yeah. But I was like, wow, huh. Talk to me about your routine, your everyday non-negotiable
because you look good,
routine.
Mike. I mean, listen, I know you're a happily married man, but you look good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
As you should. You put a lot of work
the
into
routine is pretty regimented.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Go ahead.
So alarm goes off at 4. Now keep in mind, Corey does this with me. So Corey and my wife, she's not an alcoholic, but she's just as fucked up from a discipline perspective. Okay,
yeah. But having somebody else, having a partner in crime to do that with you is huge.
Yeah. So alarm goes off at 4. We have a little routine in the morning, which involves liquid egg whites and a pre-workout, and get a little bit of nourishment into our bodies. Get to the gym around 5. Sometimes it's 10 after. Train pretty much every day unless life gets in the way. So when does life get in the way? Like if one of the kids has an event on Saturday morning, or we want to take the day because we want to go to the Troy Farmers Market, but pretty much we plan to train every day. So we get to the gym around 5, train till 7. A training session looks like this. We basically have 4 different body parts that we focus on. Chest, shoulders, back, or legs. Now, Corey splits up the legs a little bit more because girls focus on glutes. I don't give a shit about that. I just do legs. Booty. She wants...
Of course.
Yeah, she's obsessive. Yeah. So we train every day. We do 20 minutes of cardio, which I didn't do. I just implemented that back into the discipline. Get home around 7:30 and then shower, get ready for work, go to work. Bring the food to work that I'm going to eat for the day, which typically will look like, here's a great example. So this yogurt that she buys, it's the right kind. She handles all the food. 6 to 8 ounces of some kind of lean turkey, chicken, or beef. 6 ounces or so of rice or a protein pasta or something like that. I'll eat like 2 cans of dry tuna fish.
I knew you were going to say that.
Later in the day, like I did today. Which is gross.
Yeah, well, hey.
Gross.
It's fuel. It's not supposed to be enjoyment. It's supposed to be fuel.
It's just dry.
It's so gross.
I don't think it's gross.
With mayonnaise, it's great.
Just about a little bit of mayonnaise. No?
That would mess with the discipline.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
My friend picked me up one day with a bag of the dry tuna and a thing of seaweed, and he's just in his car putting the tuna into the seaweed and eating it dry. I was like, I
it's
can't.
rough.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Bumblebee?
But you do what you
I
gotta
don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I just said buy 10 cans every time she goes to the market.
That's funny. Anyway.
And then dinner will usually look a lot like lunch. It'll be, some kind of lean protein and, a little bit less carbohydrate than maybe last night was a huge salad. And then, probably get tucked in around 8:30.
Every single day.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday morning's a little different because I have my AA. I start my day with AA on Saturday, so I don't start it with the gym. I do an AA step group meeting that I'm part of, and then I do an AA meeting, and then I go to the gym. And then Sunday, we don't set the alarm. We drink 2 cups of coffee in bed, and which is nice, right? We just sit and relax.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we go and have the hardest day at the gym, which is legs, heavy legs, squats, heavy squats.
Deadlifts.
I'm having a struggle with that lately. So it's been like, I'm still squatting pretty heavy. Like for an old guy, I still love to put the bar on my back. I'm injured right now. So I've been doing some other things, but and then you repeat come Monday morning, and it's like, that's the program.
Do you or Corey ever say like, fuck it, we're just gonna stay in bed and watch some movies on TV today?
Once in a while, we'll get a case of the fuckets. Like she might say, she'll define it as my body needs a break. Like I can't.
That is true. No days off is a shitty mentality.
That's not a fuck it, right? That's like legitimately, I can't
to
walk.
Your body. Yes.
I can't walk. There's nothing isn't so everything.
And in fact, going to the gym at that point would probably hurt your body rather than help it.
It's not helpful.
Yeah.
But I'm more f***ed up. So she may say, I need a rest day. And I'm like, you got to get up, man. You lazy piece of shit. You got to get up. Get up. And walk into the bed.
You can have an active rest day. You can have an active rest day, right?
I really have a hard time.
You're not going to walk a mile on the treadmill and do some yoga?
I have a hard time with it.
How crucial
I love that.
Is Corey in your keeping discipline?
It's hard to answer. I will tell you that she's made me the best version that I've ever been of me.
Yeah.
Like I've never been this good a version of me.
Yeah. I mean, because that's fantastic.
She makes me the best version of me. The best relationship is a relationship, I believe, where you don't need each. Like I'm good. Like I can cook and clean and take care of the house. I know how to iron. I know how to vacuum. I know how to do the laundry. I can do everything by myself. I don't need her.
Right.
She doesn't need me. But boy, we are a hell of a lot better together.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of fun together. Right. I mean, we have a lot of fun together.
That's fantastic.
So the training is awesome because if I want to lay in bed and be a piece of shit, I probably won't do it, especially if she's up.
Yeah.
She's better. She's a little bit more normal than me. And that if she needs a day, she'll take it.
Yeah.
And she won't say, I'm going to be a piece of shit because Mike is still up. Like she's normal.
Yeah.
She's normal. I'm not normal.
But in the best possible way, Right. Also, it's a lot easier when your alarm goes off at 4 to get up and out of bed when the person in the bed is also getting up and out of bed at that hour.
Well, plus we live the same life.
There's like a little bit of bitterness when you're getting up at 4:30 and somebody else is snoozing.
And we're both going to bed at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like if I was training and she weren't or vice versa, then the other person might be up watching TV till 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Totally.
There's a hard cutoff with the TV?
No, the hard cutoff for her is as soon as we get in bed, she falls asleep. 1 minute into any show. We have to watch everything
Corey
twice.
Already. Yes,
we watch every show
we gotta
twice.
rewind. Dude, that's
I'll jump ahead. She doesn't even know, and then I'll jump back.
Do you guys ever get sick of each other?
We haven't.
Yeah.
You work separately, I guess, so there's that,
No, but we worked from home for a bit during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
We're really lucky.
You're in finance, and what does she do?
She works in nursing home care. She works for Integritas.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she works in nursing home care.
Does she? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what gym? Are you a $10 a month guy, or are you a?
No. We go to Albany Barbell Club.
Oh, excuse me.
Over in Albany, New York.
ABC Sports and Fitness.
Oh, you know ABC?
Yeah.
How do you know it?
Because the power of radio is amazing, and if you hear a radio jingle, it stays with you forever.
Yeah. So Matt Dehaney, guy who runs it.
Yeah, I don't actually know the gym. I just know the jingle.
The rock star, one of my favorite people. He just sent us off to the World Championship CrossFit Games, which were at in Albany this past weekend, the
cool.
World Championships.
Wow.
So these are the greatest athletes in the world. The community at ABC is really important to us.
Yeah.
So we're in the 5 a.m. club. So we talk to everybody. You know, it's kind of like, hey, good morning, good morning.
It's a camaraderie thing.
But
It
it's
really is.
not a lot of chit chat, right? Not a lot at that hour.
Not the 5 a.m.
There's,
hour,
you know,
no.
you're just saying hello. But then as we're transitioning from lifting to cardio, which is about 20 minutes to 7, the 7 o'clock crew starts coming in, and some of those guys are really good friends of mine. And she'll be like, all right, how long are you going to talk to your friends? I'm like, as long as I fucking want to, because I love these guys.
Yeah.
You know, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It sounds like the more I'm realizing, like, the older you get, the healthier relationships are the ones that just let you be you.
Yeah.
Like, but the best version of yourself. It's somebody who gives you the freedom to be you, but encourages you to be the best possible version.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I do that she looks at and says, you ought not to do that.
Right.
And similarly with me, the way I see her.
Yeah.
Like, the one vice I have is I love to smoke a cigar. Right. So we smoke cigars. The guys smoke cigars. And when I texted you earlier today, referenced the porch.
Yeah.
So Friday afternoon is designed for the porch, which means that the guys come over. It's mostly recovery guys, although regular people can come too.
Regular people.
You know, like, but it started out with, you know, like a group of us that were all in recovery smoking cigars. And this is like being at a bar, only we're smoking cigars and talking about life.
Right.
What are you drinking?
On the porch?
Yeah.
Usually black coffee or seltzer.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's the only thing I drink is black coffee or
No
seltzer.
NA beers?
No.
Do
Waste of
triggering?
calories, Slater. Waste of calories.
No one I know drinks those.
Yeah. It's a waste of calories,
Oh,
is
come
it not?
on. What? There's got to be a reason. My buddy doesn't drink them because he says, you know what? He's like, you know what, dude? He's like, non-alcoholics are for non-alcoholics.
That's exactly right.
That's what he says.
That's exactly. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to discourage you. Non-alcoholic beer is not for alcoholics.
Oh, really?
I drink non-alcoholics.
Well, maybe you're not on the same level.
You're not. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, listen,
never
sobriety-
did.
You know, that's
Just
really
like-
funny because he was wicked bad. He was bad, like in and out of jail. I mean, like ferocious alcoholic, and that's what he says to me.
I don't think everybody's sobriety is the same. Just like
It
you were
isn't,
saying, the
but,
12-step program is amazing for you. It might not work for everyone.
Right.
Like there's like, you know, whatever works for you works for you.
But the minute you poo-pooed it, I was like, huh?
Oh no! I'm just saying what
I
I've
understand.
heard.
Yeah,
just saying what
I
I've
totally
heard.
think your mindset is the caloric intake. Of
Right.
a
That's
non-alcoholic
and it's
true.
not
beer,
drinking
right?
like a man.
It
Either.
is definitely not drinking like a man.
I got to the
You
root
want
of
to
the
drink
problem.
like a man? Drink
my
black
God,
coffee.
You guys are so funny.
I mean, you know, yeah.
So funny.
And again, I
You
know.
put oat milk in your coffee, so I don't know what's so manly about that.
I drink
all
coffee
right?
black as well. Absolutely.
As well? Okay,
I
we
do,
work
you know.
together at 6 o'clock every single morning, and you
Yeah.
put oat milk in your coffee.
Listen, I was raised in a house where, like, my father was gone when I was 3, but his presence loomed large. And, you know, I would be out and about, and like everybody in Troy knew who Michael Fazio was, my father. And like, you know, I always felt like the eyes were on me, and they acted very mature. Like there was a whole protocol and a level of respect that was absolutely required, regardless of what's going on in your life.
So where would you think the backlash on masculinity is in the country today? Or do I have that question wrong?
You know, I heard an interesting conversation. I heard Carrie Coon talking about Morgan Spector. So they're the lead in the Gilded Age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Carrie Coon plays Bertha Russell, and Morgan Spector plays the Mr. Russell. Oh my God, I can't believe his first name escapes me.
The guy who owns the train company.
Yeah, he owns a train company. And she said that Morgan, the actor, is the most masculine guy she's ever met.
The actor said this about the actor.
The
in real
actor
life.
is the most masculine, powerful man she's ever met, who's also not afraid to embrace his feminine side and just be a caring, loving man. And I think what happens is men are afraid to do that.
Yeah.
See, I'm not afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably the most maternal, masculine man you'll know. Like, and it's why is that? I was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
Right. So when I first met Corey, and like she said, "Oh, my lawnmower's broken. Can you fix it?" I'm like, what? I don't know how to do that. Like, I never fixed a motor. I know how to iron. I know how to do laundry.
Yeah.
right? Like I know how to do women's stuff, right? So I have this masculine persona because I'm 6 foot, 215 pounds and a shaved head and lift weights and have all this, but I'm really pretty soft guy, to be honest. So why do we have this problem in the country? It's because not enough men are willing and have the guts to just be that way. Maybe they're not that way, but if they have the ability to be that way, they're just not, because they think that makes them some kind of lesser man.
So do you push back on the phrase toxic masculinity, or do you think that does exist?
Well, I think it absolutely exists.
I love you.
Yeah, it absolutely exists. But it makes me sick too, because when I see it, I want to stick my finger in your eye.
Yeah.
Because no, you don't need to do that bullshit.
Yeah. But I also, and I have this conversation with Slater a lot too, is that I feel like when I say stuff like toxic masculinity or straight white men are the problem, which is not something I say, but I do acknowledge that straight white men have the most power in this country and have since the country's inception.
Yep.
I don't blame every straight white man for all of the country's problems, but when somebody says that the straight white man is under attack in this country, it just I have a problem with that too. For me, it just says that you don't want to acknowledge that these things do exist. But the flip side of that is I'm not a straight white man. So I don't know how that phrase makes Slater feel. You know what I mean? Like you also have to be considerate of the person that you're talking to.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, because I realize that I come from this space of being a straight white man, and that gives me a leg up, right? But I don't take it. Do I take advantage of it? I guess I've taken advantage of the opportunities in my life, but I also try to give back.
But aren't you supposed to take advantage of opportunities in life?
And I also make sure that I embrace everybody. Like if you came to our gym or you came to our AA meetings, we don't give a shit. If you're black, gay, green, trans, it makes no difference. Right. Everybody is there for the same reason.
If you're squatting 325, you're squatting 325,
and
right?
If you're an overweight woman who's struggling with everything in life because this sucks, because I'm overweight, I can't figure it out, we're going to embrace you.
Yeah.
I'll say to Corey, you need to go over and chat that girl up. And she'd be like, why? And I go, because I can't. Like, I'll do it once we get to know her. Right. But right now I look like creep. I look creepy. So go chat her up, because she's killing it. And she's, she doesn't look like you.
Right.
And she's killing it.
I used to always, when I was more of an avid runner and I was running faster than a lot of the people in our training groups and stuff, I would say the girls that are out there doing the same amount of miles I am, but it's taking them an hour and a half longer or an hour longer or whatever, they're working harder than I am. They're out there doing 2 hours. I only went out there and did 1. And, to show up when you're not feeling as confident as everybody else in the gym is huge. So I love that you guys do that. Do you think there's a gym bro vibe in your gym, or...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But not in like a negative way. Because I imagine you wouldn't insert yourself into that kind
I would never be part of it. But I don't go at 5 o'clock.
Right.
So if you go at 5 p and you're dealing with all the knuckleheads, the meatheads.
Knuckleheads like in their 20s or like in their
20s. Yeah. Those idiots.
And
I call them right out on it.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah.
When they don't have any gym etiquette.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure there's some of it. Our gym is pretty cool, because for one thing, the women, there's some incredibly dominant women in the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, powerlifters, bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I mean, pros.
Yeah.
Professional female bodybuilders that are getting after it every day.
Yeah.
Female powerlifters that are setting New York State records, okay, and that are killing it. And there's no, it's a great gym. It's a great environment. I'm sure there's some nonsense that goes on, but we all do a pretty good job of policing it.
You ever taken testosterone or anything?
I have taken TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. I started that at 55. So I never took steroids.
Gotcha.
I never did. I was afraid, to be honest. I was always afraid of doing that. And as I got older, and my son is into the gym culture, he's like, Dad, you need to look into TRT. Like, you need to look into this. And I'm like, no way, I'm not doing that.
Because of your age?
Because of my his
low T is natural for people,
right? As you get older.
Idea.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, as men get older, their testosterone gets lower.
Yeah.
So you're taking testosterone
replacement,
which
therapy.
is different than steroids.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, you can abuse it.
I know nothing about any of that.
You could abuse it.
I'm like, where do you get it? Like black.
Yeah, well, the gray market. Well, now there's another way to get it.
I'll find you some
Well, now you get it through the many spots.
Welcome to Walgreens.
You get it at the many spots.
Oh, okay, so just like a
I don't know what the ones are over here. Like over in Albany, there's Hebe Medi Spa. There's 518 Medi Spa.
Just like you can get like semi-glutide stuff through Medi Spas.
Exactly. It's exactly the same idea. So I never took steroids. I was always afraid. It wasn't
side effects.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was a pretty scared kid when it came to
I understand
that kind of stuff.
No, you weren't afraid of Jack Daniels and 8-Balls, so I don't understand.
But I was afraid of a needle, to be honest with you. So that's why I never did heroin.
I hear you there. Listen, I'm proud of you. Proud of you for that.
But at 55, my body started to really like, I was like, man, I am not feeling it. Like, geez, I'm not feeling it.
And it was low
so I went and got tested, and my testosterone level had dropped, which is pretty normal. It's pretty normal for it to drop. And then I went to a Medi Spa, and, they do a blood work and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to my real doctor, like my medical doctor, and said, what do you think of this? And he goes, I don't know all about it. Like, I think you should do it.
That's great.
I go, well, can you prescribe it for him? And he's like, oh, no, we can't prescribe it. You got to be basically dead before we can prescribe it.
Gotcha.
Oh, so he said, I can't prescribe it. There's ways to get it.
You would think Big Pharma would be all over this, like getting it into,
It's coming. Yeah. It's coming. So I went the Medi Spa route, and then I have my blood works checked with my doctor. And it's been like 3 years now.
I love that you did both, because I feel like nowadays with the internet and everything, people don't consult with their doctor. And I understand, some mistrust that might surround, medical professionals in this country. But I love that you went to the Medi Spa, talked to them, and then went and talked to your primary.
Right, because I was afraid, to be honest. I really wanted to get and I respect my doctor. Plus, he's a gym guy. He's an older guy. I know he's a fit guy. And I'm like, what do you think about this? He goes, I think you should do it. He goes, you should absolutely do it. He said, it makes perfect sense to do it. Yeah. Just, here's the protocol. Here's how you do it. And I want you to check your bloods every 6 months. And that's what we do.
That's great.
Yeah.
Talk to me about personal records in terms of squatting, benching.
Yeah, give us your PRs.
I've never been very good. The best thing I've ever done when I was 46 years old, I benched 403 with something called a bench press shirt. So that's a lifting, it helps with support.
Is it like a belt, but for your chest?
I wear a belt all the time. Right. No, the belt is for support. This is more of a compression shirt.
Okay.
But probably the most impressive thing I've done was just last year. I benched 325 at 57. Dude. I benched 325.
That's 3 plates on each side, right?
Plus 3 plates and a 5.
Yeah.
And I did, so I did 325 at about 235 pounds at 57 years old. Mm-hmm. My squat has not been particularly good. As I've gotten older, my back has gotten more kinky. Mm-hmm. So I can squat 3 plates for real reps. I can squat 3 plates. So that's 315 for reps. I could probably deadlift around 400 pounds today. When I was stronger, those numbers were like 500 in
Didn't you just say you don't deadlift that much and you could still just get in there and pull 400 pounds?
Right. I don't.
Right. Yep. Right. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
That's impressive. Dude, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Slater is kind of into his first year of really weightlifting and always a runner and stuff like that and active. But like this is, you've really kind of gotten into it now. And I always keep telling him, stop worrying about how much you have on there right now and just worry about the proper form and the mechanics of it, because you're still going to get fit that way. You're still going to build muscle that way. And then once you're in that place, then you can start. But I get it. You go to the gym. There's other guys. I mean, I feel that way with women too, even. Yeah. There's other guys around. They're looking at I'm looking at what this girl's using over here. Like, it's just natural to
Marjo,
do that.
But my best friend, who I sit on the porch and smoke cigars with, drug-free, has deadlifted 840.
Shut up.
Squatted, I think, just over 800. And benched just under. He's one of the strongest men in the world.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
he's one of the strongest power lifters. He's one of the strongest power lifters of all time. Wow. And he's been a world-class power lifter from 1983 to 2023. We were together on Friday.
Right.
My buddy Sean Coleman. He's the greatest power. He's one of the greatest power lifters.
We're gonna have to get him on the pod.
Oh, Sean! Now, you get Sean in here, you'll never call me again.
No, who would Sean respect more? A guy who's struggling with 3 plates, shit form, looks like they're gonna hurt themselves, looks like a clown, or somebody who is obviously kind of just getting into it with a proper amount of weight, proper form, doing it right. Like, that's who that's going to earn your respect.
Not proper. And then he'd ask you if he can help you. So you want some help? And he'll coach you up.
Hey,
I had a problem asking for spots at the gym.
He'll coach you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I tell you that is that I come from a place where, there's really, really, really big, strong men and women.
Yeah.
Like really, really big, strong. I mean,
that's the focus of that gym is a
but there's a
bodybuilding
bunch of
gym,
people.
right?
There's and powerlifting.
Yeah.
But there's the vast majority of people that go to the gym are just lifting weights and getting fit and getting better.
They just want to be in shape for their everyday life.
That's actually what I'm transitioning into now, because I went from 235 and I was 209.8 this morning, so I'm down under 210.
Do you weigh yourself every day?
Every day. Yeah.
Don't you think that's also obsessive? Because I've always been told to weigh yourself.
I know I'm not normal.
Do you take medicine?
No, not particularly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I meant like antidepressant. Like I take an antidepressant for obsessive.
No, I don't take it. I take a multivitamin, vitamin D.
It's not mainly. I understand.
Yeah, nothing.
But it's not it. That's not true.
No. It's just because
I'm just kidding.
I was on a drug way back in 08 called oh shit, I forgot the name of it. It was prescribed for narcolepsy way back when. It was called Provigil. It was called Provigil, and it was originally prescribed for narcolepsy.
Is that when you fall asleep?
Yes, but this was to help you. They claimed that it helped with anybody that was coming off a cocaine use.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Provigil.
Gotcha.
And I was on Lexapro for a bit when I was early.
Oh, that's what I'm on now.
When I was early in the recovery, but I haven't been for years.
I got to go back to the weighing yourself every day. Isn't that not an accurate version of isn't weighing yourself once a week at the same time every time? Isn't that more an accurate version? Because your body ebbs and flows.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, I fluctuate. My body can fluctuate 5 pounds a day easy.
Does your mood change a lot if you get on the scale and it's...
If I'm not dialed in, right? Like if my diet is loose and I've been like, okay, well, I was good today, so I'm going to be light. And then I get on the scale and I'm fat and then I'm fucked up the whole day. But when I'm dialed in where I am now, where like I talked about my routine, my lifting routine, my daily routine doesn't really change. My eating routine is what gets loose.
Yeah.
So I'm dialed in now. So I don't care if the scale says 209 or 212. Like yesterday I was 212, today I was 209.8.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I like doing it because it helps me stay accountable.
Sure.
But that's kind of the only reason.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get lighter, actually, than where I am now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to lose any more power. Because I feel like I've lost power.
I see.
See, when I go into the gym, I like the way the bar feels on my back when it feels light. I like when I bench and it's light. And it's 225. I can do it for 15 reps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then, I see some of the young bucks look over like, is that all?
Yeah, good for you, dude. I feel this. Listen,
it's an amazing feeling when you can go up on weight.
My favorite thing is, I go to a regular gym and then I go to a gym that has like classes that I attend. And my favorite thing is when some 25-year-old twig girl in Lululemons walks into that gym and she's looking at me like, oh yeah, okay. And I just mop the floor with them. You know what I mean? Like it's and I know that's such a petty way to be, but doesn't it make you feel good? Like I probably got 60 to 80 pounds on this chick in 15 years and she's dying in the corner and I'm like, another rep, let's go. Like, round, here we go.
It's definitely a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Right? It's a badge of honor.
Especially as you get into your 40s, and I can't believe I'm even saying that, but I'm turned 40 last year. Like, I want to be in the best shape possible later on in life. Like, I don't even care about the shit in my 20s.
I've actually taken it in my own head to just a slightly higher level, which is I know I'm in good shape for a guy my age.
Yeah.
I know I'm still relevant in the gym.
Yeah.
But I'll also always try to chat up the young, especially the quiet young guys.
Yeah.
Like there was a kid in there today who I've gotten to become pretty good friends with. He'll never ask for a spot.
Yeah.
So I'll go over to him and say, hey man, first of all, what's your name? And he's like, hey, I'm John. I'm like, John, I'm Mike. You need to ask for a spot because you can't push yourself if you don't get one. So let me give you a spot. I'll show you how.
Yeah.
So now it's become a thing. So John will be like, he doesn't talk. He's very quiet. And I'll see him and I'll be like, okay. And I'll go over, like today, hit a nice, easy 295 single on the bench. Or one of these other young kids who he's like 19 years old. He's 190 pounds, and I spotted him to do a 345 bench.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. But like, and they, now they're learning the etiquette, which is, hey, ask for a spot.
Yeah.
Because if that guy who looks like this old intimidating prick will be kind and offer it, then probably most of the guys will.
I need a spot for 200.
Well, I think the intimidation factor with people getting into fitness from jump is hard for people, but the truth is most of the people there are really friendly and want that community and want to encourage you, and they're not judging you. And, it really,
so
the
true.
fitness community is a great place. Do you have a cheat day? That's what I wanted to ask you earlier.
Yeah, we just had one.
And what does that entail?
I'll tell you what it entailed this week.
Yeah, please.
So we went to the CrossFit Games.
Yep.
And we wanted to be jacked while we were there because, we were in the audience and like everybody was pumped and flexing.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I looked awful. I said to Corey, I don't even look like I lift weights anymore because I've lost weight. But we were starving when we left. Mm-hmm. So we went to, we call it Brown's in downtown Troy. It used to be Brown and Moran's. Now it's the Brown's
Brewing. Yeah.
Up from the Dinosaur Grill.
Yep.
And we got an order of wings, and we ate them like we normally do, which is I had 7, she had 3.
Okay.
That's the norm.
Drum or flat?
I'll go drum. She goes flat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She'll go flat, which means another reason why we work so well together.
Team drum all the way.
And then bacon cheeseburger with American cheese, sauteed onions, and mushrooms.
French fries?
And sweet potato fries. Okay. It was gross. It was delicious.
Do you feel like shit afterwards?
Awful.
Diet Coke?
I don't like Diet Coke. I drink seltzer all the time.
Yeah. Now, so that food you don't ever want more of it? Like you never want ice cream? Is like, what is it? What's the trigger points?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not, I used to lose it completely. Like once the wheels came off and the burger came out and the fries, it's one or two things. It's either a burger or pizza. Those are the two cheats. Okay. There's no other option for me.
This sounds more like a cheat meal than a cheat day, by the way.
It can morph into a day.
Okay.
Yeah. We try to call it a cheat day.
Yeah.
But if I morph into then the dessert arena, then it gets super ugly. Because that means we're going to Bellinopoly. So Bellinopoly is the Italian bakery in Troy, which
I've never been there. I love an Italian bakery. I'm
don't go in.
This out.
You should stay away.
Wow. So you can still put back the amount. I mean, not the 12 Boston creams you did as a kid, but that is still in you.
The addiction is Oh yeah. I mean, yes. Yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of eating extravaganzas in the last 10 years that I'll tell them in AA meetings as a reminder of the fact that I'm still an addict.
Yeah.
And the guys are like, they're like, oh my God, I thought I was the only one that would eat a whole box of Cheez-Its in one sitting.
Yeah.
Or, like my son played high school football in Troy. Mm-hmm. So he's 25 years old now. So like 7 years ago when he's playing high school football, we would make Friday afternoon an event. Like he would always come over after school. We'd talk a little pregame and then he'd go off to the locker room. And then I would have a quick dinner before I went to the game. Corey and I weren't living together at that time, so I was always alone on Friday night, and that meant I would have something shitty, right? Something not very good for me.
Yep.
Right? And one of my go-tos that I really love, I don't eat a lot of, is peanut butter and jelly. I love peanut butter and jelly.
I love a classic peanut butter and jelly.
Did you ever eat 10 of them?
No.
I did.
I have to say
I
did
did.
not. Okay.
10.
All right. Well,
that's normal.
So 20 pieces of bread?
Yeah, that's normal, right? How insane is that?
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I mean, we're not judging, but it's, well, like Slater was saying, is that addiction still in you? I mean, because the addiction never goes away. No. You just learn how to deal with it. You learn how to live with it. And that's what you guys are doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's never going to...
Yeah. And it's not just that you find another addiction. That's not what we're doing. Don't get me wrong. I know that we act that way some way with lifting weights and the discipline, but I think what we're really trying to do is to control those things that we ought to control. I call that the low-hanging fruit. Take care of those things that are kind of easy to take care of. Mm-hmm. Like take care of your physical health. Mm-hmm. That way you probably won't break down. That's the discipline is freedom. Yeah. Take care of your body. There's a pretty good chance you won't break down. Or take care of your finances because there's a pretty good chance you won't go broke, right? So if you make $1, save 50 cents. That way when you want to go out and spend some money, you'll have the freedom to do it. Or eat healthy most of the time.
So when you want a bacon cheeseburger.
Exactly.
You want a peanut butter and jelly.
So I think that's what we do more so.
Yeah.
Is that's how I see it. I know I still act addictively. I know I still train addictively. I know there are days I ought not to go to the gym and I do, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think there's worse things you can be doing. And your story is inspiring, Mike, and your transparency is really refreshing, because I think if more people were so transparent with their stories, it would connect with so many more people, you know? So,
and it does.
I know we just met you, but we love you. We appreciate you coming on.
I'm so happy to be on.
I want to have you on again, because I want to get in your dad's backstory. I need to talk about the bookmaking. I need to talk about Colorado. We're going to have you back on. You might be our first return guest.
There's a lot there. There's a lot of meat on the bone, and it's really entertaining. Cool. And then there's the guys, like, you know, we can't talk about names, but like some of the guys on the porch are pretty powerful players.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have you on again soon, for sure. Thanks
for coming on the Off Air Podcast. If you like what we heard today, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a like. Appreciate it. See you next time.